My name's Zach, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Zing Data. We just built a integration with Databricks that I'm really excited to walk you through. This makes it possible for you to harness your data lake and all the infrastructure that you've got running in Databricks, but take that and make it available anywhere you are with Zing's iOS, Android, and web apps. This lets you do things like set up real-time alerts when data changes, minute by minute, and get notified on your phone. This also lets you do things like deep dive into a data question you might have from wherever you are. Of course, you can use all the great collaboration features like shared questions and @mentions to bring everybody on your team along. Let's dive into it, and I'll walk you through how to connect Zing to Databricks so that you can do analysis and understand your business from wherever you are. The first thing we're going to do is sign up for a Zing account if we don't already have one. Otherwise, we'll sign in. We could do that with our Google single sign-on. Now, we're going to go to the Data Sources tab and tap New Data Source. Under Data Source, we're going to select Databricks. Now, we'll need to provide Zing some connection credentials. So to do that, we go to our Databricks instance. On the top left, we click SQL from the drop-down menu, and then we're going to go to SQL Warehouses. This will show us the SQL warehouses we've configured. If we didn't already have one, we could create a SQL warehouse. Now we go over to connection details, and that's where we're going to get our server host name, our port, an HTTP path, and some other relevant information that we're going to need to fill in for Zing. The second thing we need to do is get a token from Databricks. And we do that by going to Databricks, tapping on the upper right of the Databricks console, and going to User Settings. We're going to go click Generate Token, and we're going to generate a new token. We'll name it something like maybe Zing Data Access, and specify a number of days that we want it to live. Here we want it to live forever, so we delete the number of days. We drop that token that was just generated and copied to the clipboard into the Zing configuration screen. Now, the last thing we need to do is tell Zing which schema we want to connect to. We can click the Data Explorer on the left of our Databricks console and view the schema. In this case, we're using the default schema. We now hit Check Connection in Zing, and Zing will attempt to connect to our Databricks SQL Warehouse. We'll see all the tables that are available, and if we'd like, we can choose to turn some on or some off. Great. Now we've successfully connected Zing to Databricks. We're going to go query the data source we just added. We tap Sources on the left, scroll down, and we see the tables of the data source we just added. This is energy usage by year and by country. I'm going to look at country, and I'm going to group by country, and then I'm going to sum energy uses in quadrillions of British thermal units and hit Run. Zing takes just a couple seconds and live queries the data that I have in my Databricks instance. Now, if I had Databricks set to timeout and automatically slumber, I might have to wait a little bit longer for this query to return a result. You can fine-tune those settings within Databricks. I can choose between data tables, various graph types. I can sort, much like I might in Excel or Google Sheets. I can filter, and I could easily share this with any of my colleagues. You can start for free at zingdata.com, and you can see much more detailed documentation also at zingdata.com.